It's that time, guys. The Darts World Championship's right around the bloody corner. Here are my predictions, tips, fancies. I say the word tips loosely. This is not a professional opinion, oh my god, it's my opinion. I'm just having a bit of fun here. This is only a bit of entertainment. Please gamble responsibly, 18 plus. As I say, these are all my opinions, it's all a bit of fun. But nonetheless, there are 5 things I'm going to personally be backing, and I'm going to run through my entire tournament prediction as well on here. I'm just going to go straight on in there and drop an absolute bombshell here. Little wins the thing, and Gary Anderson comes second. That's what I've backed, that's my first thing. It's 14-1 this, and I think it's got a great chance. We're going to go through the draw now, and you'll see exactly why I've picked these 2 players to meet in the final. Here's the competition. Boop, boop. Competition time. Comment now who you think's going to come first and second in the comments right down below. And if my bet wins, I'll give it all away to you guys. The way I'm going to give you the money is we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. Leave a comment now who's going to win, who's going to come second, who's going to lose in the final, to be in with the chance of winning all my cash, okay? There's the competition. Also, you got to be subscribed. You can't just like show up, comment and leave me forever. I didn't want this video to be like 100,000 minutes long, so I've skipped the first round. I've just quickly put who I think's going to win the first round. Couple key matchups in the first round, that is. Lawrence Alagun, we know what he can do, and I just don't think he'll be enough to beat Luke Woodhouse. Ryan Meikle, Fallon Sherrick. I've gone with Fallon Sherrick, you know. Meikle's a better player for me, but there is something in the air. I just know a little Sherrick second round's going to happen. Don't you? Come on. We're not going to get tied down to first round matchups anyway. Just for argument's sake, we'll put them through. Again, Darius Labanauskas, we know what he can do. Matt Campbell, we know what he can do last year. This is a good game. I think Scott Williams has got a tough draw here. Really, I've just edged it him. Another tasty matchup, this one, playing Aspinall in the next round. It's Menzies Gates. I have just gone for Cameron Menzies. I really like him. I really hope he kicks on. I really do. But I wouldn't at all be surprised if Leonard Gates wins that. I think Dutz wins, Vinstra wins. Another one, Hempel versus Jeffrey Duzwan. Keen Barry Hybrex. I'm just trying to kind of manifest into the air the Hybrex price game. But the real stuff begins right now. Oh my god. Humphreys beats the Frenchman in the second round. Raymond van Barneveld, number 32, just getting in there. He beats Stobunts. Also, let me know what you think. If you disagree with anything, please let me know. Wade Watamina, the 2 JWs, in fact. I think this is our proper first belting game. We know what James Wade can do. Watamina, though, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he beat him. I know form's a big thing, but when you got that much experience kind of in your back pocket, I've gone James Wade. Final answer. Peter Wright, Wesley Placer. Wow. Can that just be controversial? I've done it. And this is where my second tip comes in. I've gone for Peter Wright and Goin Price to both get knocked out in round 2. We're about 9-2 on that one. Listen, I'm a bit of a casual on darts. Like, some people watching every game religiously, probably in the booths where they play the Players' Championship, just nothing else to do. But Placer, he did so well in a recent Players' Championship. He actually beat Peter Wright as well on a very short format game, I know. But I just think the form is not with Peter Wright. I mean, Peter Wright could play me and I'd probably be half decent for that. It's been such a bad year. So bad. Like, it's almost like get it over with, you know what I mean? Roll on January. So I would not entirely be surprised if he loses there. So I'm putting Placer through. And then you have to go in Price. I've just skipped on. Do you know what? I actually think he wins. I actually would, if I had to back life or death, I'd probably back him to beat Kim Hybrex. However, my money, like for playing the odds here, I would not entirely be shocked if Hybrex beats him. This is a game that could flare up. Price, I just get the impression his head is not in it. These Instagram posts and stories we're seeing, I hate to see it because I love him. I think he's great. Again, if my life was on the line, I'd put him through, and I'm going to put him through my predictions. I'm playing the odds, and I think there's some decent odds there. Right and Price to lose. It's one of them where I'd be annoyed if I didn't back it, because it almost felt obvious. Carrying on, Stephen Bunting. I love Alan Suter. I think he's great, but I think Bunting has had a decent year, so Bunting's going through for me. Madas Razmat I really like, and he's a tough player to break down at times. Got to pick the seed here in Van Duijvenbode again. Hetta versus Connor Scott. Connor Scott, great form. Hetta's probably my favourite player on the PDC. This will probably be the best game so far, I reckon. What a tie this is. Probably 2 players, high 90s, you got to say, scoring. If I were to pick like 150 odd to 1, I'd probably go Connor Scott. But that is very wide. I'm off Damo. I really like him. And it's a really tough draw, and I think if he does beat him, I think he'll be looking to kick on. Another great game, this De Decker Luke Woodhouse. I've gone for Mike De Decker. Next, we'll look at Fallon Sherritt. I think Little win. I also think Woodhouse wins. Good game, this. And do you know something? I've actually gone for Ryan Joyce on my predictions. If he can handle the occasion, Ryan Joyce. And I think Ryan Searle beats Sulivic, if Sulivic gets through the first round. Interestingly, I'm really happy with this so far. Rob Cross, Scott Williams. And again, Scott Williams draws tough. Especially as well, the winner of this plays Van Veen, you know what I mean? Gotta go Rob Cross. Maybe just keep your ears open for later on, the word Rob Cross. I hope Van Veen beats Pietreczko. I think he will. I think he's better. I think he's had a really good year. And that is some tie right there in the last 32. Aspinall Menzies, another interesting one, Aspinall. An injury than the dartitis thing, and I've not really been keeping up to date with it, so I'm not too sure. I actually would side to Menzies here. Perhaps Leonard Gates doesn't beat Aspinall, But I think Menzies, the way he plays, if you switch off for 5 minutes against someone like Menzies, who has them like patches of, oh my god, that was unreal. I'm off Cameron Menzies. I hope Aspinall wins. Gilding Lukeman. Lukeman obviously peaking kind of at the right time. Oh, that's a tough game. Do you back the form or do you back the gold finger? You know something? I'm going to back the form. And I reckon both seeds lose in there. What an opportunity this is. Either way, even if Gilding or Aspinall win, what an opportunity this is for someone here. Just to get through and draw Rob Cross or draw Van Veen. Kevin Dukes, Michael Smith. I actually think Michael Smith will have a good tournament. He's got a lot to hold, hasn't he? I think he obviously holds all the prize money. And if he has a poor World Championship, I'm pretty sure he drops right down as well. So that pressure is on him. Ratajski's another one who's solid. I don't think Veenstra is bad odds here. If I had to put money on it, I'd go Ratajski. Chris Dobie, I think, wins. A lot of people's kind of outside favourite. And Josh Rock, for me, beats Sedlacek. It's a good tie. Really good tie there. Mansell coming off the back of a final versus Johnny Clayton. I've got to back my man. Clayton, I love him. There's a lot of bias creeping in here. Gurney needs a big tournament, doesn't he? Daryl Gurney. Going price, as I say. Backed him to lose, but for the purpose of this, I'm going to say win. Wessel Nyman's on the tip of everyone's tongue, isn't he? And he's on the tip of my tongue as well. Great season. Joe Cullen's season. Again, I kind of dabbled my toe in darts. Like, I love watching him, but I'm big into football, you know what I mean? But Cullen's season, I think, has been terrible, hasn't it? I've got to back Nyman. And I think this is where my third tip comes in. Is this my third tip? Because it involves that man right there. Actually, we'll come on to it because it links in. I think Van Goen wins. I think Brendan Dolan wins. I think Anderson wins. I actually think they're quite easy. Jim Williams could cause an upset here. Smudger wins. Chizzy, I can't work it out. So good, but on TV, when the lights are brightest, in the World Champs, I just wouldn't be surprised if Ricky Evans wins this. I think Clemens wins. I think Vandenberg wins. Actually, I like Callum Ritz, but I think Schindler wins. I'm going to back Dave Chisnell because I just like him. That's my reason. Don't back it. Don't put money on that because George likes him. Depends what you're going to get, doesn't it, on the day. Into the last 32. So my third tip is I've actually done an accumulator. Every single quarterfinal member. It's like 2,000 to 1. I'm going to have 20p on it. Imagine. Oh my god. I'm not giving that away, though. I think Humphries beats Van Barneveld. I would actually back James Wade here to beat players. I mean, obviously the experience is more useful the further you go into the tournament. So I think James Wade wins that. That's a great clash. Bunting, Van Duijvenbode. For me, Bunting is the man there. Hector de Decker. Can I just say, by the way, this is the standout bit of this side of the draw. Like, these four here. What a tie this will be. That could be either four of them. In any order, it would be a great game, wouldn't it? I really hope on a personal level, Damon Hector has a great tournament and proves me wrong here. But I'm going to go Matt de Decker. He's had a good year. He's had a good year. Really good year. You can't deny that. Come on, Damo, though. You know what I mean? Littler beats Richie Edhouse. I think there's a world where Ryan Joyce beats Ryan Searle. I think there is a world where that happens. Oh, if I was to pick an unseeded lad to go through against a seeded bloke here, it'd be that game. I'm going Ryan Searle, though. Rob Cross, Jan van Veen. What a season he's had, but Rob Cross is... Now, guys, Rob Cross is my second favourite darts player right now. I'm off Cross. A lot of people are backing Van Veen, and I entirely get that. I just think experience-wise, a lot of pressure on the young man. He's had a good season. A lot of people are backing him. Cross has been there many times. He's done it before. He's won the thing before. I think Rob Cross does him. I really think Rob Cross is one of the most underrated darts players, like, in the last 5-10 years. Can you be underrated if you've won the World Championship? That's the question. Probably not, I guess you can't, but Rob Cross can beat anyone on his day. Little Humphries, anyone. And in a tournament like this, the man's never beaten. We saw it against Chris Dobie. Remember that game? Unbelievable. Never out. I'm off Rob Cross. I'm going to go for Martin Lukeman. Michael Smith wins for me. I think Chris Dobie wins. I think Clayton wins. And I'm going to go for Wessel Nyman to go through again. So, in terms of a bet, which we could have, I think look no further than this man. I think Van Goen beats Dolan. I think Anderson beats Ross Smith in a score-heavy 180 heavy game. I mean, Clemens could play Schindler here, which would be quite interesting. I hope Chizzy wins. I really do. Jesus, please, Chizzy. And I'm going to go for Dimitri Vandenberg, and that's where my third kind of tip comes in. I've had Vandenberg to win it. He obviously won the UK Open not so long back. Could beat nearly anyone if he played his best game, you know what I mean? He's a good player. I mean, the fans aren't perhaps on his side, or they won't be on his side. But I'm just thinking, like, logically here. He's playing a German here. He's playing a German here. Mentality. If he was playing like an Englishman in both games, a fan favourite, a Bunting, or a, you know what I mean? Maybe you think twice. Do you know what odds he is? 100 to 1. He's 100 to 1. I'm not sitting here telling you that he's going to win this thing, and he's going to batter everyone, he's not going to struggle. He's going to struggle. He most likely will get knocked out in quarters. But 100 to 1, have a fiver, you know what I mean? Have this fiver. So there's my third one, Vandenberg to win. Into the last eight, the quarterfinals. Now here, just listen to me. Here is where we build the accumulator. So I'm going to put 50p on this. It's oh my god. 2,700 to 1. 50p's going on it. So this is 8 singles in an accumulator to reach the quarterfinal in each section, basically. So Humphreys to reach the quarterfinal in his section. Humphreys, 1.4. Littler to reach the quarterfinal in his section. 1.3. Now, of course, he would have to beat Jean Van Veen to get there. And he's 3-1 to do that, to get to the quarters of his section. Hence why I'm advising you, please, to gamble responsibly and not put loads of money on this. It's only a bit of fun, isn't it? It's like something just to follow throughout. I've also had the Decker to go through in his section. This is, of course, granted he beats Bunting. There's also two, which I've forgotten, there's also two really good other names. Van Dyvenbode is one of them. Damon Heta. So tough, but I've gone for the Decker. A lot of people fancying Chris Dobie here, but I think Michael Smith, the amount of pressure that's on this could either go, obviously, both ways. He could either bottle and crumble under that, which he has done before, we'll say, or kick on. And I think Michael Smith needs this more than a lot of people in here, so Michael Smith goes through for me. And in terms of a draw, like, it's such a great draw for Wessel Nijman. A lot of pressure on him because a lot of people are saying this, but he goes through for me. And as a single, actually, a little additional single here, 3.75, 3-1. So get to the quarterfinal on his side of the draw in section 6, 3-1. Considering he's got Clayton here as like the top dog to beat. Among others, I don't think it's too bad, but I must stress again, this is why I'm putting 50p on this. The tie, the biggest tie so far, the best tie so far. I would have to edge towards Gary Anderson here. I think he's playing better darts recently, that's all. If Van Gogh win, obviously, wouldn't be surprised. And I've got Van den Berg winning. Van den Berg is 3-1 to get to the quarters on his section, a really good price in my opinion. And Gary Anderson's about evens, just over evens to get to the quarterfinal on his. There's your 8, and there's your final 8. I'm going to kind of run through this a bit quick because, I mean, this far in, it's like, I mean, literally this could all be wrong. I could get 2 out of 8 here and this could all be pointless. Humphreys wins, Littler wins, Smith wins, Anderson wins, although again, 100-1. Also, if he does get through here, arguably the second toughest game or third toughest game in the whole lot, he plays arguably the weakest of the quarterfinal pairing in the semis, so again, Van den Berg, 100-1. And then look at these two draws, both brilliant. And that's where it leads me, with this 15-1, no, 14-1. Littler to beat, where that... No, I don't want to buy menswear. Littler to win. And there's your whole thing. There's the draw. Look at that. There's his route is gone. Just think he's the best player in the world right now. That's as simple as it needs to be, in my opinion. I wouldn't back him outright. I think he's way too short. I like actually backing him to win with a 9-darter. 14-1 to beat Anderson in the final. Again, Wessel Nijman, a really good draw. Really nice progression. Look at this. It's a really nice draw the more I look at it. Just to clarify, my 5 kind of fancies that I'm going to personally be going for. I'd love to hear yours in the comments if you're interested, if you're obviously 18 plus and want to get involved in this discussion. Littler to beat Anderson in the final, 14-1. That accumulator had 2,000, whatever it is. Peter Wright and Gowan Price to get knocked out in round 2. Van den Berg to win at 100-1. Swear I had another. Oh yeah, Littler to win a 9-dart finish. And it's 7-1. Really good. That's been boosted, by the way. That's on Skybet. Boosted. Anyway, there we go. Let me know your thoughts down below, please. I'd love to hear what you got to say. Your little fancies, anything I should be keeping up to date on, anything you think I'm missing out on. Let me know, please. And as I say at the start, comment your first and second place to be with a chance of winning, hopefully, what I win. Leave a like if you did enjoy. If you want to see more kind of videos like this, more talking videos, more prediction videos, subscribe down below to DartDays. Loads more darts stuff on there. Go and check it out. Go and watch that video there. Darts related. Cheers, guys. See you later.